Good morning, dear children. Today we will do the 7th chapter of your textbook, that is the Bell of Attri. It's a wonderful story. It's about a town called Attri in Italy. So before reading the story, let's have a look at the new words. First word is sunny. Bright because of sunlight also describes someone who is happy and cheerful. Beta, sunny means we always say that today is a sunny day. Means there is brightness of sun, and a person who is very happy and cheerful, we say you look very sunny today. So trumpet, next word, trumpet, a brass musical instrument. Trumpet is a musical instrument which is made up of brass. Garland, a circle made of flowers and leaves worn around the neck as a decoration. Beta, garland, everyone knows garland क्या होता है? हार. जो फूलों का हार होता है, flowers, it is made up of flowers, leaves, and it is worn around the neck. Knight, a noble soldier who rides a horse. Knight is a soldier who rides a horse. He is a very wise soldier who rides a horse. Miser, someone who loves to have money but hates to spend it. Miser means a person who loves money, a greedy person who loves money but he hates to spend it. Starving, almost dying because of lack of food. Starving means die because of lack of food, bhook se marna. Shivering, shaking slightly. Shivering means shake karna. Turn him out, force him to leave. किसी को force करना, छोड़ने के लिए कोई चीज, उसे हम क्या बोलते हैं? Turn him out. Wandered, walked around slowly without any purpose. Wandered means wandering without any purpose. जब कोई हमारे पास कोई we don't have a reason to wander around, बस ऐसे ही हम wander कर रहे हैं. So that is wandered. Pasture, meadow, grazing land. Meadow means grazing land. Meadows means which is full of greenery, the land which is full of green grass, and grazing land where the buffaloes and sheep, they graze. So it's called a pasture. Let's read the story together. Many years ago, there was a town called Attri in Italy. The houses were built on the hillside and the town was always full of sunshine. Attri was a town in Italy, bache, right? And the houses were built on the hillside. It was a hilly area and there was always sunshine there. Attri was a sunny place, okay? No one was unhappy there or unfairly treated. कोई भी वहाँ पे unhappy नहीं था और किसी को भी unfairly treat नहीं किया जाता था. Children never cheated in their play and grown-up people at their work. Nobody cheated there. Everyone was very honest and it was a very happy town. Now, as I told you that it was a very happy-go-lucky kind of a town, the reason behind this was, क्या reason थी बच्चे इसके पीछे? The reason for this was that the king of the land had fixed a great bell in the marketplace. बच्चे marketplace पे वहाँ का जो king था, उसने एक bell fix की हुई थी. The bell hung under a roof, so it was safe from wind and rain. Now the bell was hung under the roof. एक छत के नीचे उसको hang किया गया था. When anyone pulled the bell rope, the bell rang so loudly that all the people of Attri could hear it. And the bell rang so loudly that everyone in the town could hear the bell, and they get together they assemble together when they hear the bell. When the bell was fixed, the king rode through the town with his officers and soldiers. Beta, at the time when the bell was fixed, जब bell को fix किया गया था, the officers and the soldiers, the king rode, जो king था वहाँ का, वो अपने horse पे बैठ के वहाँ पे ride लेता था पूरे town की, and he used to stand there near the bell and see. The trumpets blew loud and long. जो trumpets जो king के men थे, जो उसके servants थे, उसके courtiers थे, वो क्या करते थे? वो trumpets blew करते थे. They used to blow the trumpets and the king's men cried out. और वो उन्होंने क्या बोला था उस टाइम पे? Listen to the king's command. If any wrong is done to anyone, he has to ring this bell. The wrong will be made right. और उन्होंने क्या बोला था कि दिस इज द कमांड ऑफ द किंग. किंग ने ये कमांड दिया है, ऑर्डर दिया है कि इफ एनीवन रॉन्ग इज डन टू एनीवन, किसी के साथ अगर कुछ गलत होता है तो ही हैज टू रिंग दिस बेल. वो इस बेल को रिंग करेगा. द रॉन्ग विल बी मेड राइट. मीन्स द किंग विल डिसाइड व्हाट इज राइट एंड व्हाट इज रॉन्ग. सो द रॉन्ग विल बी मेड राइट बाय द किंग. Now what happened, after some time the rope became old. Now the rope which was tied with the bell became old and it began to break. And what did the people in the marketplace do? उन्होंने क्या किया लोगों ने? They mended the rope. उन्होंने rope को ठीक कर दिया with leaves and stems. उन्होंने कैसे मेंड किया उस रोप को, कैसे ठीक किया? विद लीव्स एंड स्टेम्स. एंड दीज बिगैन टू ग्रो. अब वो रोप के ऊपर जो लीव्स और स्टेम्स थे वो ग्रो होना शुरू हो गए. एंड द रोप बिगैन टू लुक लाइक अ गार्लैंड. अब रोप कैसा लगता था? जैसे कोई गार्लैंड हो, कोई हार हो. In all the three, there was only one man who was unhappy. In the Attri village, in the Attri town, there was only one person who was unhappy. And this was because he had grown greedy and selfish. वो इसलिए था क्योंकि वो greedy हो गया था, वो बहुत selfish हो गया था. That's why he was unhappy. This man was called the Knight of Attri. उसको क्या बोला जाता था? The Knight of Attri. I told you that Knight is a man, a noble soldier who rides on the horse. तो वो एक सोल्जर था जो वो हॉर्स पे राइड करता था. एंड व्हेन ही वाज यंग he had hunted in the forest and treated his horses and dogs kindly. जब वो यंग था तो वो अपने जो वो हंट करता था फॉरेस्ट में, and he treated his horses and dogs very kindly. Means he was a noble person. Knight of Attri was a noble person. But the Knight of Attri, when he grew older, जैसे जैसे वो old हुआ, उसकी एज बढ़ी, he cared no more to ride into the battles. He lose the interest to fight the battles and cared no more to do the brave deeds. वो कोई भी अच्छे काम, brave काम करने के लिए केयर नहीं करता था. अब he thought of nothing but gold and he became a miser. अब वो क्या था? वो सिर्फ यही सोचता, he became very greedy बच्चे. तो वो यही सोचता था कि I should have more and more gold and he became a miser. ओके वो माइजर क्या होता है? कंजूस जिसे हम बोलते हैं. ही सोल्ड ऑल दैट ही हैड. उसके पास जो कुछ था बेटा उसने वो सोल्ड कर दिया. एंड एक्सेप्ट हिज हॉर्स, एक अपना हॉर्स को छोड़ के. एंड वेंट टू लिव इन अ लिटिल हट ऑन अ हिल साइड. वो एक छोटी सी हट लेके उसमें रहने लग गया. डे आफ्टर डे ही सैट अमंग हिज मनी बैग्स एंड प्लान्ड हाउ ही माइट गेट मोर गोल्ड. वो ही जस्ट स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग दैट हाउ ही शुड गेट मोर एंड मोर गोल्ड. व्हाट शुड ही डू टू गेट मोर एंड मोर मनी एंड मोर गोल्ड. And day after day his horse also stood in his bare stable starving and shivering with cold. अब वो horse को भी केयर नहीं करता था बिल्कुल भी. And the horse became very ill. He started starving and shivering with cold. At last the Knight of Attri said to himself, उसने अपने आप को बोला, why should I keep this horse when food is so costly and I do not have enough gold. Now he has become so greedy that he started thinking that why should I keep this horse? मैं इस horse को भी क्यों रखूं? Food is very costly and I don't have enough gold also. Though he had enough gold, but he thinks that he has no enough gold. I will turn him out to get his own food. अब वो कहते हैं कि इसको मैं फोर्स करूंगा, इसको मैं फोर्सली आउट कर दूंगा, दूर कर दूंगा अपने आप से, to get his own food, कि वो अपने फूड का इंतजाम खुद करे. Now, as you know that the Knight of Attri left the horse. Okay, so the poor horse wandered about the town in search of food. Now the horse was wandering about the town in search of food. And one day what happened? One afternoon when all the people of Attri was asleep, the horse came into the marketplace and not a man or child was there. Nobody was out there on the roads because it was a very sunny day and it was afternoon. And so the horse was alone in the marketplace. And there hung the bell rope looking fresh and green. Now as I told you earlier that the rope was mended with some leaves and stems. Rope को कैसे ठीक किया गया था? With some leaves and stems. So it looked very green and fresh, and you know horses like to eat grass and they like to eat leaves. So it looked very fresh. The horse was also very hungry. So the horse began to pull the rope. He began to pull the rope. Ding ding ding, someone has done a wrong. Ding dong ding, someone has done a wrong. Rang out the bell of Attri. Now what did the bell say? The bell said that ding ding ding, someone has done wrong. What could it mean? Who could it be? Everyone started thinking that what this means and who could it be. Now as the people heard the ringing of the bell, they all rushed into the marketplace and assembled there. Right? And the king's officers also came running to see who is the one who's ringing the bell. And who was it? It was the Knight of Attri's horse. He was eating and pulling the bell rope, as you can see in the picture also. and though he could not speak, but he begged for justice. Now the horse could not speak. Animals cannot speak, but it seemed that he was begging for justice. And there were so many people, men, women and children in the crowd, eager to learn what had happened. Everyone was so eager to learn that what had happened. When they saw the horse all in wonder, they were all in wonder. Then everyone was ready to tell how they had seen him wandering on the hills. अब सब बताने लगे कि we have seen this horse wandering on the hills, unfed, uncared for. उसको कोई भी खाने के लिए कुछ नहीं दिया गया, उसकी केयर नहीं की गई. While his master sat at home counting his bags of gold. Now they all told the king that the master of the horse, that was the Knight of Attri, he sat at home and he was counting his bags of gold. Means he became very miser and he left the horse to search his food for himself. Now we have come to the last two paragraphs of the chapter. The king's officers called the Knight of Attri. When he came, they said, "This horse served you well when you were young." Now the king's officers, they all called the Knight of Attri and they said that this horse served you for so many years when you were young. Therefore now you must use 1/2 of all your gold to buy him shelter and food, a green pasture where he may graze, and a warm stable to comfort him in his old age. Now they said that you have left the horse to wander around when he has served you for so many years. So this is wrong on your part. So now this is your punishment, that you have to use 1/2 of your gold to buy him shelter and food. Now ये आपकी punishment है कि अब आपको horse के लिए you have to spend money, आपको money spend करना पड़ेगा, and you have to buy him a shelter and food and a green pasture. Pasture is a grazing land, जहाँ पे grass होता है, right? And where he may graze, and a warm stable to comfort him in his old age. एक stable भी उसके लिए चाहिए जो उसको comfort dega in his old age. The miser hung his head and was sad to lose his gold. Now the miser felt very ashamed. He hung his head in shame and he was very sad to lose all his gold. But the people shouted with joy. लोग बहुत खुश हुए. The horse was led away to his new stable and given a fine dinner. अब horse को उसके नए stable में लेके जाया गया और उसको एक बहुत अच्छा dinner दिया गया. And from that day the Knight of Attri looked after the horse well. And from that day the Knight of Attri, he cared for the horse, he fed him very perfectly, and he looked for him very well. So I hope you like this chapter. It's a very interesting chapter. Thank you so much.